We are.
Happy pod-a-versary.
It's crazy. We have now for 1 calendar year been doing this.
I fucking love it, though.
It's so crazy. And just how we talked about last week.
Oh, flew fucking by.
Time just is not pumping the brakes.
No, it's not gonna either.
But
hashtag old lady advice. It's not gonna pump the brakes.
Oddity Files.
Podcast. All things creepy,
cryptic,
otherworldly. Oddity Files, the podcast.
Heard us say it for a year, but this is Oddity Files,
The podcast. And y'all better have said that with us.
Whatever you're doing, wherever you are.
Even if you're in the freaking office.
Yep.
We expect you to say the podcast. I'm Kitsie Duncan.
And I'm Clayton Abbott.
And this episode is about all y'all.
Because without you guys, we wouldn't have made it a year. Because we would have gone crazy. Because if you know the two of us, if we had done this and just didn't see that anyone was listening, or we would have been like,
and we're done.
Yeah, we would have just been irritated.
Do you really want to do that? Yeah. For sure. Because that's how we are.
But because so many people are listening week after week after week, it's exciting. And every time we do a live event, we have people that we don't even know come up to us.
I know. We've met just so many great people.
We really, really have.
Yeah. I love it. I love it so much. And I love you guys. You guys are amazing. So this is going to be a different format than what you're used to.
This is not going to be a normal episode at all. Not.
I don't have a story.
I don't have a story.
Sweet. Good. Both of us are unprepared, but we're kind of prepared.
But so over the past few weeks, we've been asking you guys to send in your favorite moments of the podcast, of the TV show, your favorite stories we've ever told, or anything. Even if you just wanted to give a quick little shout out, that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted, and now we're here.
Yep, and we're just going to interlace them throughout this episode so you guys can hear yourselves, tell your friends that you've been on the podcast, all that good stuff. Yeah, you guys are fucking awesome.
All right, so let's dive into the first one.
Hey, Oddity Files. Just wanted to wish you guys a happy anniversary. Love listening to you guys and can't wait to listen to you for years to come.
We also did a little shout out for some Q&A action on all the socials. So we've got this hat.
We do have a hat.
It's quite a hat. We'll have to take a picture of it.
I'll do it afterwards.
And put it on the stories. But we have all the Q&A questions in here. And do you want to go first?
Sure. So we actually got a decent amount of questions.
I know.
And that was all, on like Instagram where you can ask questions. We did it once.
Yeah.
And we got a decent amount of questions. So I'm going first, drawing out of the hat.
Okay.
My question is blank.
Son of a bitch.
Kitsie was in charge of cutting out the things.
I totally was. There may be some bourbon involved.
What kind of music do you listen to? This is from Bruce. Oddly enough, so someone just showed me how to find your favorites tab on Apple Music, and it just it creates a playlist based on the stuff that you listen to most.
I need to figure out Apple Music.
And I love it. So I'll just read off this week's playlist, the first 5. So Panic at the Disco, Paramore, The 1975, 21 Pilots, and The Cab. So there's a lot of alternative punky style music, but I do listen to a lot of that. But also I'll just read off a little more: Journey, Eagles, Boston, Queen, Tiesto, Yellow Claw, Galantis, Alesso.
Some of those are on my playlist as well. Now, when I'm in the car, I'll listen to serious 90s alternative rock because the 90s were fucking awesome. But my jam is, I don't even know what you characterize my music under. It's kind of a bluesy rock feels. It's a little Kaleo, a little, what is the name of the group? The Black Keys.
Oh, yeah.
Love them.
So
just
good.
Kind of that vibe. A little bit of Lord that we talked about last week. I pretty much like everything except country.
I mean, I'm right there with you. Every time. So I don't know if you know this, and she's going to activate, but I'll be like, Alexa, play something I might like, because that you can do that, and then she'll just like play stuff based on your listens.
Mine'll play Zen music.
No, she'll turn on Taylor Swift, and I'll scream at her. I will scream at her because I'm one of those people that I'm not on that train at all.
I do love Tay Tay. It's just happy, get up and dance kind of music. Alexa, play something I would like. What's she saying?
Here's a playlist you might like. Relaxing New Age.
I told you.
Yeah.
Because during yoga, I have Alexa play the stuff and the things.
Om Mane Padme Hum.
That's my jam right there.
Alexa, stop playing.
Oh, that was a good question. Was it Robert?
Bruce.
Sorry. Bruce, you're the best. We're also going to read you guys some listener stories. So it's going to be an extended episode mixed with some stuff and some things.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and read a story first. This is from James Hume. He put first and last name, so I assume that it's okay to say it. Good evening, Oddity Files team. Love the podcast and currently catching up with the episodes. I'm only on episode 11 and have a long way to go. I listened to the one where you talked about what deja vu actually is. I remember that because you had taken a class or something. Yeah,
psychology in high school.
But have you heard of deja reve?
I don't think so.
The first meaning, to have seen before. Deja reve means to have dreamed before. So I feel like my deja vus are always deja reves because it always feels like a dream I have. This is the phenomena that seems to happen to me. It used to happen more often when I was younger, but not so much nowadays. The most amazing one that I had was a weird dream where I was at school, just a normal day, and I was chatting to one of my friends. All of a sudden, the dream froze, and all the people around me had turned into Nutcracker soldiers from the Nutcracker suite. It goes on to say Google if you don't know what he means. I totally know what you mean. I woke up and thought nothing more about it. A few weeks passed, and I had forgotten the dream until I was at school. Me and my friend were chatting in the courtyard at school, and I suddenly got the feeling that I had been there before. All of a sudden, I don't know how I knew, but I just did. Everyone on that split second that I knew stood in the exact same spot as the Nutcracker soldiers had been stood. This has not been a one-off either. I have had other dreams where something similar has happened. It gets weirder though when I have episodes of this when I remember the dream and something else is supposed to happen and it never does. That's usually what I have. As though I'm living in an alternative life in my dreams, where the life intersects with my dreams, just happens slightly differently. I hope you read this out, as I know Kitsie is very sensitive like this. Well, and thought it might be a good conversation starter. Love Oddity Files. Love the podcast. Love you all. Love from a weirdo from across the pond in Spalding, Lincolnshire, England. Kind regards, James. Why are they always shires?
That's what I said about my story last week. It was all the shires. I wonder if James has ever seen a big cat.
I wonder as well.
Let us know, James.
Have you ever had deja reve?
About a big cat? No, thank you,
I'm going to
James.
take that as a no.
Thank you so much. And I think, you know what we should do is listen to another listener support.
Yes.
I love Oddity Files, and I miss you, Kitsie, and my favorite episode is the Black Eyed Kids. Love Pint-Sized Daryl.
Hello there, this is Lisa Weber calling. I just wanted to phone and wish Oddity Files a big, happy 1-year pod-a-versary. Keep being spooky and being awesome and love listening to you guys. And I hope that there's many more years to come. Thank you guys for all that you do. Bye.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so amazing. Let's listen to one more.
Hey, it's Nita from Seattle. I just wanted to call you guys and
wish you guys a happy anniversary. I hope to hear you guys for another year or many more. Also loving the show on Amazon Prime. You guys should totally be on the Travel Channel. So let's get that going. But yeah, you guys rock and love the show. And happy anniversary. Love you guys.
You guys, you're so awesome. Thank you so much for being a part of this episode, which is all about you, not us. Maybe, kind of, sort of.
Okay, so now it's Kitsie's turn to draw out of the question hat. Hopefully it's not blank.
Do you hear me stirring it up? Let's hope it's not blank. My question is there anything that happened? I cut off the rest of this question.
Is there anything that's happened during an investigation that didn't make the cut?
Yes, it totally is. So there's a couple. Do you want to go first?
No, it's your question.
Oh, well, I think we should both answer it. Well, there was when we were at Fear Factory in Salt Lake in episode 3, there was a good 10, 15 minutes where Clayton decided to tell my little ghost that followed me home from Culbertson Mansion in season 1 that she kind of needed to back the fuck off. And he knew it was freaking me out and that I felt like it was having her in my home, which legit was a thing. Ask Clayton, ask my husband, ask my son, Carter, ask Glenn. We asked her to just kind of go back and do her thing because we're not into crossing people over.
Right.
We don't know how to do it, and I'm afraid we're gonna fuck it up.
Not on the resume.
Yeah. And ever since, it's been pretty quiet. So, do I miss her? Not really. Just on investigations.
No, say no.
Yeah.
For me, it was actually something that we didn't even catch on camera because we were walking from one session to the next, and we were at Parramatta Jail. Sydney, Australia, and we were walking from one building to the next, and something caused one of the chain link fences to just rattle, like shake violently,
Like,
and
we literally thought a person was there.
right. I thought like a large animal was stuck behind, like trying to get out.
Yeah.
And so as we do, we like run towards it with flashlights, and there's nothing there.
No. And we had asked Pete about it.
Right.
And she's like, oh, no, that happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
And there's nothing there.
There was absolutely nothing there. And that was one, it's like, gosh, why weren't we, but like, why would we be filming at that point? Like we were literally just walking from one building to the next.
To start filming again.
Yes. And that chain or that fence, that chain link fence, it was rattling.
I forgot all about it.
It was like someone was holding it and just shaking the hell out of it.
And really pissed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was probably for me of like, we've been doing this so long. I'm sure there are other ones, but for sure.
It's hard to keep track at this point.
So with that, I'm going to read another listener submitted story. This one comes from Devin. Hey guys, first, I love the podcast. It lets me dip my feet into paranormal happenings and still be able to fall asleep at night in the dark. That's our goal.
That is our goal, 100,000,000%.
You're going to like this. She says, anyways, my story goes a little something like this.
Oh, squee!
5 years ago, my brother married my sister-in-law, and once the festivities were all said and done, some of the bridal party had purchased a honeymoon suite as a, quote, surprise for the newlyweds. My dad chauffeured them to the address. Once they arrived, my brother made my dad double-check the address as to where they pulled up looked pretty creepy. My dad confirmed that this was the address, let them out of the car, and then promptly sped away. What? Unsure, they entered the building. According to my sister-in-law, it was dark and old, and I was pretty sure that it was a haunted house. After a creepy encounter checking in, they didn't provide, and this is in like parentheses, they didn't provide any details. They were just generally creeped out.
I get that.
They arrived in their room, but had been bickering as they climbed the creaky old steps in this clearly haunted place. They were seemingly...
Sounds like my honeymoon.
Right. They were seemingly the only guests there. And once they got to the room, they took one another and both agreed that they weren't going to be spending the night there. They were just like,
no, not going to happen.
They called my parents and asked if they could spend their honeymoon at their house because they refused to stay in this creepy place.
Oh.
Later, my sister-in-law told me that her maid of honor was very unsure about the plan to stay there and that they were having their honeymoon there. But everyone else was so sure that they would love it, and trust me, they did not. Sorry for being so vague, but it took a while for them to realize where in the hell they almost spent the night. It took a random conversation months later as my sister-in-law was telling me this story. Me being myself, I asked her the address and searched it on my phone. Yeah, the place is most definitely haunted. That's the Culbertson Mansion.
What?
She seemed confused. As I read her some details, all she said was, well, I'm glad I didn't run into anything that was there, and decided to stay. To this day, I secretly want to go, but I'm not brave at all. Anyways, sorry, this has nothing to do with ghosts really, just slightly funny story about a haunted location that my brother and his wife stayed at for approximately 20 minutes before noping right the fuck out of there.
Noping right. That's amazing. So there's a Culbertson Mansion we had gone to, and then there's one on the Kentucky side that's a bed and breakfast.
Ah, that's probably it then.
Yes. So that was magical.
Yeah, thank you, Devin.
I love that so much. Let's go ahead and listen to another listener.
Okay, so we are doing a voice memo. Not sure I am doing this right, but we are talking about Oddity Files, which I cannot say enough fun, adventurous things about all three of them. I'm a little biased. My best friend is a part of the show, but I have grown up a history buff, and I love paranormal. I've always been interested in it. So I chose to be a part of a lockdown back in 2018 with the three of them. And it was interesting. I was touched and I was greeted, I guess you'd say, by a little girl. I felt some of her emotions, which was just so bizarre. She kept wanting to talk to me, which was a little alarming, but also very cool. It was definitely an experience, that's for sure. But I loved every second of it. The team was so supportive and made me feel a lot better about what I was a part of. But yeah, it was very cool. And I love listening to the podcast. They do such a great job. They're always very enthusiastic and very fun and very dedicated to what they are talking about and what they're seeing and what they're witnessing. I think that's cool.
We seriously cannot thank you guys enough. These, like, all the submissions that we got, and we got so many of them, and I wish we could include them all, but obviously we have to pick and choose, especially with all the submitted stories that we also have. While we have a few seconds, let's hear another one.
Hey, Oddity Files, this is Randy Fortunato calling in. Just want to wish you guys a happy anniversary and many more to come. I think one of my favorite episodes during the year last year was the podcast about James Dean. And not only was it a cool podcast about how James Dean died and the car wreck, but it was also a timely podcast because later on James Dean is in the news all over the place. So you guys were on top of everything for that podcast, and I appreciate you guys. And again, let's celebrate more podcast anniversaries together in the future. Take care. Peace.
Hey, Oddity Files, this is Lindsay. I just wanted to call in and say happy anniversary. I can't believe you guys have been on for a whole year. I will admit that I have not listened to all the episodes because I scare so easily, but I'm super proud of you guys, and I am learning to investigate a little bit more and to be a little bit more open-minded to the abnormal things that are going on, and I just am so excited. So happy for you guys. I just also, if you haven't heard of Asheville, North Carolina, definitely investigate or Google the Pink Lady of the Grove Park Inn. She's the only ghost that I actually really like and I'm not scared of. So definitely check that out if you haven't yet. And again, just congratulations, guys, and I can't wait to listen to you guys more and hopefully catch you at a live event. Bye.
I love the Oddity Files. You absolutely have to go check it out. It's really spooky and hilarious at the same time. They have a great dynamic. They're always talking about some really interesting stories and encounters and experiences that they've either had, their friends have had, or other people have called in to tell them about, and they're super real about the way that they talk about it, and it's not sort of fluffed and made up things like other sort of ghost spooky podcasts that are out there. So you have to check them out. Go give them a listen.
Guys, you're so awesome. Thank you so much.
Should I pick out of the hat again?
Yes, please. The very fancy hat.
It's up in the mic just so you know I'm actually.
Exactly.
Okie dokie. What is the number one place you would not go back to investigate again, and why? From Alyssa. I'm going to let you guess mine.
I know yours, so go ahead and talk about yours while I figure mine out.
Mine would be the Benton County farmhouse in Benton County, Kentucky. I don't even want to drive past there again. There was just a lot of stuff that happened there that I never want to happen again, and how we talk about how sometimes there are those spirits that are bullies in the corner. Dark, call them what you want to call them. That place has them, and it now, really did.
That episode has never been on Amazon Prime,
true.
So tell them a little bit about what happened to you. Well, us.
So it's probably up there in my top 2 experiences that just really did not sit right with me. And again, guys, I cannot express this enough. We investigate a lot, and I mean it when I say 2 of the locations we have ever investigated have left this sort of effect on me. So when people say everywhere has demons, everywhere is negative, it's not true.
It's not.
But this one, I feel, has something there that isn't happy. And so we were investigating, and what started off to be a very normal investigation, and this is back when we had a lot of people with us.
Yeah,
I think
very large
there
group.
were, 8 or 9 of us there?
At least.
And so we go up into the attic of this house, and really everything was fine when we first got up there, and we started investigating, and then all of a sudden I remember just feeling something like to my left. And so where I was standing, if I turned left, it was the staircase that left the attic. And when I was standing there, I was like, there's something here. Like, I just felt it. And so
it was a very strong presence is all I can say about it.
Yeah. And so I just kind of made the decision. I was like, I'm just going to excuse myself from this session. And when I went to go down the stairs, as I got right to like the landing on the top of the stairs, and I can only describe it as like I felt someone put a weighted vest on me. I felt like very weighed down, and like I wasn't supposed to be going, or something didn't want me to leave.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I was just feeling like all these emotions and just not good. And we had someone there with us who is sensitive. Mm-hmm. And she kind of started speaking up regarding it, and that she didn't, or that this spirit didn't agree with my lifestyle and this, that, and whatever. And shortly after that, Kitsie feels something tug her, and actually we have a clip of her shirt being pulled, like her shirt pulls out, and then she falls over.
The longest fall ever.
It's as I'm describing like what's happening to me. And it was one of those things that affected me so heavily that I ended up leaving the location. Like I told everyone, like, I need to leave. And I went and got everyone food because like I had to leave the premise. And it
really freaked him out.
I mean, I set out the next investigation afterwards because I was like, I just need a break from this. And it did have lasting effects on me.
It did.
And there are people even now years later that have said, we watched that episode and he encountered something that was not good.
Yeah.
And that's just like,
well, and that specific entity has, according to certain sensitives, has come back into our lives again here recently.
Right.
Don't know how, don't know why.
Yeah.
Hopefully
it's gone
he's
now.
Fucking gone.
Yeah, it's gone now.
But
everyone that we spoke to after people told us that, Kitsie and I kind of did some damage control and
almost started a fire, but
almost burned the house down. Yeah. But if that's what it takes,
all the sage.
But yeah, so that's absolutely obviously why I wouldn't go back there. It goes to what we say all the time. Like we do want to investigate, we do want evidence, but we're not out here trying to get anyone hurt or anything like that. And so I don't feel like it's necessary to really go back.
Excuse me. I personally would like to go there because honestly, there is no place I would not like to go back to. The first time I went to Lake County Jail, I was like, fuck this shit. I'm never going back. Goddamn prisons. Hate them. These people scare me. Blah, blah. Now I prefer to go to prisons and jails and things like that. Probably the one place I wouldn't feel the two places I wouldn't feel the need to go back to are one, Bobby Mackey's. I feel like that was just the most
Close
fucking
case.
Poetic beginning, middle, and end of a investigation / story ever. And Culbertson, because I don't want to bring Anna home with me again.
Yeah, that is true. There is the side of things where it's like we went there, we told a story, and almost have like a sense of closure.
Yeah.
And that feels good sometimes.
Yeah. Now, Waverly, I feel like there's so many more stories there that we need to tell.
Waverly. I would love to do Waverly the way you and I did Higginsport. Like just us.
Oh.
Just the two of us.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I think it would be awesome. It would be
we
incredible.
could do it.
It would be incredible.
Yeah.
Keep watching season 3 so that we can go to Waverly.
Please, please, please. Speaking of ghosty shit, we've got another recording from an awesome, totally awesome listener.
Hey guys, it's Leanne. I'm calling to wish you guys a happy pod-a-versary. I don't have a favorite episode only because every episode is my favorite. I look forward to you guys every week, whether it's on a walk or in my car. I would sing happy pod-a-versary to you, but I have a horrible voice, and I can't believe I'm even leaving this on here. So, happy pod-a-versary, and I look forward to many, many more. Bye.
Just want to stop by and say hello and wish you guys a happy, happy anniversary. Here's to many, many more Oddity Files podcasts. Love you guys. Bye.
You guys, I'm like blushing and crying over here.
I think you've started everyone with you guys.
You guys. Well, I think I start every tweet and Facebook post with guys.
Right.
Is it time for another story?
Yeah. Do you want to read one? Or yeah, you go ahead. I think I read the last one.
Okay. So both of these emails start with creepy. So I'm just going to go with the longer one.
Sure.
Just get it out of the way. So this is the creepy as fuck Scottish Castle. Hi, guys. Love the podcast. I listen to it as I work, and it makes my day go faster. So I have a couple of creepy stories for you from when myself and my friend spent a summer working in a castle on the Isle of Islay. She even put it phonetically.
Oh,
God,
thank you.
Love her. Which is an island of the west coast of Scotland. This castle was everything you would imagine a Scottish castle to be. Suits of armor, spooky portraits with eyes that followed you. God, it sounds amazing. Taxidermy stag heads, the works. The whole place had a very strange vibe. At first, I thought it must be just my imagination running away with me, but things got decidedly creepy pretty quickly. As well they should. My aunt was a housekeeper there, and she told us about the numerous ghosts that hung out at the castle. One of the most well-known was a little girl who fell down the stairs and sadly died in the 1920s. A child's gate was put at the top of the stairs after the accident, and the little girl was very particular about the gate being closed to stop anyone else from having an accident like she did. My aunt told me that on numerous times she felt the gate open while she went upstairs to quickly get something, and she would come back and find it securely closed. No, she left the gate open and she'd come back and find it securely closed. Things also move. The little girl has been seen running down the stairs. The smell of bubble bath is often present,
Whoa.
even when the bathroom has not been used. Much better than sulfur and demons.
Yes.
Just saying. I'm picturing Mr. Bubbles. Myself and my friend were staying at a self-contained flat in the castle itself during the time we worked there. One weekend, my family that lived in the castle had gone away to visit friends. So on the Friday afternoon after they left, myself and my friend and my aunt cleaned the rooms so it would be tidy for their return. We wiped down the sink in the Baroness's bedroom. I want to stay there. Emptied the ashtrays in the gentleman's lounge. God, it sounds fabulous. And just generally tidied up. We then locked up the main house and went back to our flat. No one came in or out of the main house for the whole weekend. When we came in on Monday morning to check up and do a little bit of dusting before the family came back, we found coffee cup marks around the sink in the Baroness's bedroom. She is my kind of girl.
It's crazy.
And an ash in the ashtrays in the gentleman's lounge. We had cleaned both these things thoroughly on Friday. My friend and I were spooked, but my aunt casually shrugged her shoulders and said, yeah, sometimes weird things happen here.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like my kind of place. A few days later, I was in our flat making dinner. As I was cooking, I felt a very distinct poke in my bum.
Oh.
Yeah.
Been there.
Well, yeah. We were the only people in the castle as the family were away, and there are no other houses for about 8 miles in each direction. Oh, she even put miles. God love her. My friend and I knew that there were some spare candles in the dining room, so we had to get up the nerve to go into the main house to get them. Picture every horror film you've ever seen. Lashing rain, thunder and lightning, flashing on suits of armor, and creepy portraits. The whole house felt wrong. It was like there was a malevolent presence that did not want us there. We grabbed the candles without incident and ran back upstairs to our flat as fast as we could. As I would have as well. We stayed up for a couple hours watching the storm and eventually went to bed. I woke up in the early hours of the morning and the whole bedroom was full with that same angry vibe we had felt in the house earlier. I lay still on the bed and something told me that I should not open my eyes. I felt like something was watching me, but I was too scared to look. Slowly the feeling faded and I peeled the covers over my head and went to sleep. My friend and I both agreed that the castle was haunted as fuck. Love the podcast. Keep up the good work. Louise. Louise!
That was great.
That was a fucking amazing story.
What do you do for a living?
Yes, because can you write all the stories?
All of them.
Yes, especially mine because words are hard. That was great,
That was
Louise.
so great.
Oh my gosh, let's go ahead and play another recording.
Hey, Oddity Files crew. This is Olivia, and I just wanted to call and wish you a happy podcast anniversary. I love the podcast and the show. Season 3 now available on Amazon Prime Video, so I can't wait to see what the future holds. Stay spooky.
Hi, Kitsie.
Hi, Clayton.
It's Dave.
And Sophie.
From Not for the Dinner Table.
Hooray!
Wishing you a fantastic, happy podcast birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, guys.
Yeah, we're so proud of you and all of the work that you've done with Oddity Files, the podcast.
And Oddity Files, the TV show.
So we wanted to get in touch and let you know what our favourite episodes of both were.
Yeah.
So for the podcast, we absolutely love episode 17.
Bitch Face Martha.
Mainly because of Bitch Face Martha.
Yes. We loved it.
Yes, absolutely. The Jersey Devil and the Suicide Bridge,
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic.
I'm still sad about that the dogs jump off.
Oh, so bad. And then for the TV show, it has to be for us season 1 where you're investigating Clayton's friend's house.
Yeah.
And that weird apparition comes out of the TV or whatever it is.
What is it?
And like crawls around and just vanishes. That
was weird.
Absolutely sent goosebumps through my whole body.
Yeah.
All the bumps.
All the bumps.
All the gooses.
Ooh!
Yes. But most importantly,
Yeah.
our favorite thing has been meeting you guys
Yes.
in March at the Walker Stalker event in London. We had so much fun getting to know you and
We did.
Clayton and DJ Jimmy,
Wah, wah.
and all of the Celeb Photo Ops family.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being so welcoming.
Yeah, thank you.
We cannot wait to see you again soon. We hope you make it over to the pond. Over to the pond?
to
We
the
don't live in a pond. Over the pond to the UK sometime soon. And we can show you some more sights and sounds outside London and maybe even investigate some spooky spots.
Together.
Indeed.
It would be so fun.
So congratulations.
Congratulations.
And happy birthday, podcast.
Happy birthday.
We love you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Ghost on.
That's just exactly why we do this. Like, people just listening and enjoying it and that's all we've ever wanted to do. We just want to tell stories about things that we didn't know about. And the fact that people listen to us, it's just, now I want to hear another one.
Hey, Kitsie, Clayton, and DJ Jimmy. This is Anna, aka Mistaken Singer, on basically all the social media handles. Just wanted to let you guys know I'm super proud that you guys have made it 1 year with Oddity Files podcast. All of you deserve all the best, and I really hope to see you guys again sometime in the Pacific Northwest next year. And I cannot wait to get my tour t-shirt whenever that may become available on the website. All the luck to you guys. Love you all. Bye.
Happy 1 year podversary, you guys. I'm so excited that you've gotten this far, and I'm such a huge fan of the show. I'm just thrilled to know both of you and DJ Jimmy, hopefully soon. And I'm just so excited to be a part of this small little group that's getting bigger and bigger every day. And literally my most favorite moment literally must be all the litteries in every podcast, literally.
Marjorie, that was literally the best left message ever. Literally. Oh my God. Literally.
3 drinks. Let's do another hat question.
My turn?
Yes.
Okay. Let's hope it's a full question or even a question at all, because my cutting skills suck. Oh, there's 2 questions. Speaking of Marjorie, what story that you have covered on the podcast has stuck with you? It's the first question. Second question, one that has bothered you or made you try to schedule an investigation at?
Wow. And that's Marjorie's question?
Yep.
That's good. Oh, well, you have to go first. It's your question, and then I'll...
Damn it. Oh, the story that stuck with me the most would definitely have to be the Black-Eyed Kids.
Yeah.
Just because it's so creepy.
It is crazy.
I don't know which episode it was. I know it was the Norman Reedus ghost story episode. So if you go back and scroll back, there's not even any truth behind it, really. It's an urban legend. It's absolutely insane, but definitely the Black-Eyed Kids. And then one that that we want to try to schedule an investigation at, every haunted story I do. You're up.
Oh my gosh. So something that stuck with me the longest. Gosh, there are so many for different reasons.
Yeah.
And I can't think of the name of it. The painting.
Shit.
What was it called? But you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
I think about that all the time.
Really?
Yeah, just I'll be scrolling through and I'll see a pop-up or something that it's not that, but looks sort of like it.
Yeah.
And it just gives me the
heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, because it's just so crazy. The fact how cursed some might say.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, speaking of curses, Robert the Doll was a good story too.
Oh yeah, was that my very first story?
The very first story.
In terms of wanting to plan an investigation, I think my world bucket list investigation would be the house that inspired Conjuring 2, that famous exorcism.
Oh, the
where
one in
girls,
the UK?
Yes. Can you imagine investigating that house?
I'm gonna have to Google this painting and then Google that house. So
that would be, I mean, if we could just like beep boop beep.
The Crying Boy, right?
No, the painting had like a. Yeah, but what was the name of the painting? There's like a name.
I think it was The Crying Boy.
No, it's like the something that something.
The hands resist him.
The hands resist him, and the infield poltergeist.
Yes. Oh, the infield poltergeist.
Yeah, but yeah, I would have to say those two because that paint, it's just like so bizarre and eerie.
Well, and it's not like some like Renaissance painting
exactly
either.
The more you look at the painting, it's just creepy.
Yeah. Guess what you're getting for your birthday? Kidding.
No thanks. Okay, so I'm going to read another one, and then right after it, I think we should just roll into like 2 or 3.
Let's do it.
Okay, so buckle up. Hey, Kitsie and Clayton. My grandpa passed away unexpectedly in 1999 from a stroke while doing some electrical work in his garage. In 2001, I moved in with my grandma because of turmoil between my parents and their divorce. Back to my grandpa. He was a jack of all trades and was always working on his and my grandma's house. Although he had completed amazing additions such as an additional second story, he also insisted on installing a telephone in every room. He was a businessman and he would never miss a call, which meant that there was a phone in every room and yes, every bathroom. 4 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms, and 4 living areas.
God love this man. I never answer the phone.
Going back, during my high school years living with my grandma, which is around 2001 through 2005, we had many supernatural experiences. My grandmother had went out of town and left my uncle in charge of watching me. He was in his 30s and married, so he and his wife decided that it would be easier to come and stay over with me. I had my friend Lindsay over already, so the 4 of us contemplated on what to do. I don't remember who recommended it, but the Ouija board was brought up.
Of course.
A terrible uncle. We all agreed that this would be the plans for the night and maybe a scary movie as well. We headed out to the mall, picked up a cheesy purple and glow-in-the-dark Ouija board, and headed home. We lit candles, set out the board, and we all sat down. We laid our hands on the planchette, and it began to move. We, of course, all laughed and got excited. We then asked who we were speaking with, and it answered RB. My uncle and I looked at each other shocked. My grandpa's name was Raymond Blaney.
Oh my gosh.
My uncle took over frantically, asking questions about dates and events that his wife, my friend, and I obviously couldn't answer. As I sat back and watched, I had a weird, overwhelming feeling and reached out and asked, "Do you miss us, Grandpa?" A split second later, every speakerphone in the entire house came to life, crackling, screeching, and roaring with white noise times a million.
Oh my God.
We all ran across the house, turning off the speakers. And after we made it back to each other, we were all sweaty and crying. It was definitely the most terrifying experience of my life. My uncle told me to never tell my grandma of our experiences because he didn't want to upset her. That makes sense. I held back for many years until I felt that she was ready to hear our experience. I was shocked to hear her reaction when I told her. She laughed and said, "Oh, sweetie, I'm not surprised that happened. He stayed with us for years. He used to sit at the end of my bed at night, and then he stopped. I guess he knew I was okay and ready to move on."
I'm not crying. You're crying.
I have goosebumps everywhere. You guys are the best. Thanks so much for entertaining me on my to-work/school. Megan. That was awesome.
Amazing.
Like so good. I'm literally covered in goosebumps.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, we're just going to dive in because we do have a lot and we want to include as many of you as we can.
Hi guys, it's Ursula, and I absolutely am having a ball making graphics for the Facebook page. And hey, a happy anniversary. You all are killer. The reason why I like your podcast so much is there aren't too many options for folks to express their paranormal experiences. And your platform is an excellent way for people to just communicate what has happened to them. Not only that, I love your down-to-earth personalities that speaks volumes about you and how passionate you are about what you do. Keep up the amazing work, and doggone it, we got to get you on the Travel Channel. We all got to try our best and make this happen. But until then, hey, keep up the great work and ghost on. Later, guys. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Captain Chris. I can't believe it's been a year already. It's been great. I had a spooky story I wanted to tell you guys. When I was younger, me and a bunch of my friends would go out and go ghost hunting, or try to go ghost hunting. We weren't very good and very much amateurs. A bit of background. We were all really scrawny, skinny teenagers. We had one friend in our group who was he was a huskier guy. So as we're going out to the cemetery, we got our flashlights out and our handheld audio recorders, and we're walking single file. I'm second in line. I'm just following my husky friend, and all of a sudden I hear that same friend yelling, "Hey guys, wait up!" Well, apparently I wasn't following him. He had forgotten something in his car and went back to get it. So I turned around to see who the person was that was in front of me, and there was just nobody there. We're not pros like you guys, so we got freaked out and went home because we thought something was trying to lead us into the woods to murder us or eat us or something, but we never really did figure that one out.
Hi, Kitsie and Clayton. It's your boy DJ Jimmy. Wah wah. I just wanted to say a quick hello and a very huge congratulations on reaching your 1 year pod-a-versary. That's such a huge milestone for you guys. I remember a year ago hearing you guys talk about wanting to start a podcast, and then you ever so graciously agreed to let me come on and produce it with you guys. And ever since then, it's been such a blast. Just every step of the way, from the stories to the listeners to the DJ Jimmy cut that out moments. It has just been so much fun, and you guys deserve all the success. So congratulations. I would say my personal favorite moment, there are so many moments that were DJ Jimmy cut that out moments. I think my personal favorite moment is when Kitsie called La Llorona La Lorna. I love you, Kitsie. You're amazing. I know words are hard, and that will always stick with me, and it was hilarious. But seriously, it has been so much fun every step of the way. The listeners, you guys are incredible. And Clayton and Kitsie, you guys know how much you both mean to me. So I miss you so much. Love you both so much. I hope this time next year you will be seeing double, if not more, success. You guys deserve the world. So congratulations. Happy pod-a-versary. I'll talk to you guys soon.
To be honest, Oddity Files became my favorite podcast as a sport to Clayton, but now I can't wait till everybody in the latest episode. Clayton and Kitsie have a unique chemistry that I feel make it so entertaining, and I love that they offer such a variety of different subjects. I find myself laughing out loud or intrigued with goosebumps or just wanting to find more out about the subject they're referring to. I grew up in a town where there was a lot of paranormal activity, so as a true believer, I love listening to the podcast and watching Oddity Files, so I know I wasn't crazy. Happy anniversary, Oddity Files. Can't wait for your future episodes, and lots of love to you both.
Hey there, Kitsie and Clayton. Your good friend, Tracy Camp Stevens here. When we met so many years ago, you had one season of Oddity Files on Amazon. Now you are on season 3 of that and 1 year into a podcast, and it has truly been a pleasure to watch you guys grow and succeed and become successful. And, it's just amazing what you guys are doing. And I thank you so much. It is so fun to listen to. And, of course, my favorite episode is number 9. It's really bizarre to hear somebody else tell your story that you know so well. Made me bawl my eyes out. So thanks again, guys. And I look forward to see what you're going to do in the future.
Hey, this is Joe from Boston. I want to say congratulations on the anniversary of one of the best podcast out there. I know you guys personally, and I know you guys professionally, and I want to say that it is an amazing podcast. It's second to none. You guys are professional. You guys are awesome. You guys are funny. I just think it's the best podcast out there. Bye.
Hey, this is Valerie and
Bree.
And we were calling in to congratulate you on your anniversary and talk about our favorite episodes. Bree?
My favorite episode is about the ghost man because it's scary and it's really cool. The goat man. Sorry. The goat man. And he sounds really cool and scary and I want to see him. He can become my friend.
Okay. Well, my favorite episode was definitely in the beginning. You told a story about a guardian angel and the baby, and that story made me cry so hard. I'll never forget it. It was such a good story. I enjoyed it so much. And congratulations. And we're so glad to know you guys, and we love the podcast, so keep up the good work.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
You guys are freaking amazing. I don't know what we'd do without you. I'm getting all sappy. You want to go with some questions?
Yeah.
What do you got over there? I've got Marjorie's, which I just read. And you've got...
All right. I will draw one. What has been each of your most frightening part of an investigation and where? So I feel like I've already touched a little bit on that, but I will say in terms of frightening, at Jailhouse Pizza, the second time we went, and we were talking to what we think is Walter, who, if you don't know who Walter is, we had a piece of equipment that had an entity attached to it that was drawn to me specifically and was really good at saying my name.
Really good.
And while we were there, we asked, what brought you here? Because it said like it wasn't from there or something like that. And then we said, what or who brought you here? And it said Clayton Abbott. It said my full name.
It said Clayton Abbott, just like that.
Frightening, that's one word for it.
Yeah. Slightly terrifying. My most frightening experience, it's not an episode on Prime. It was probably third or fourth investigation ever. It was a place we've been to several times called Lake County Jailhouse. It was before Clayton was even along for the ride. And so I felt like we had some crazy, awesome responses on the K2 meter from a spirit named Fur. It was his nickname. I don't remember his real name, but Fur was his nickname. Don't ask me why, because it's really creepy and gross. But he literally was trying to separate me from the rest of the group, which at that point in my investigative career was fucking terrifying. Yeah. I don't know what I thought it could do to me if it got me by myself, because they were in a jail cell and it was trying to get me out in the hallway all by myself. And I think it's all the movies I saw as a child, this, that, and the other. I thought it could fucking kill me. I don't know. I was crying. I was begging them not to make me go into the hallway, them being my husband and a couple of other investigators that were with us. But I was terrified. The next time I went to Lake County Jail, you were there, and I walked in that hallway and I said, "Listen up, fuckers." Yep. And he's like, "What is going on?" I'm like,
"Wow.
Just chill out." I felt like I had to lay the ground rules. What was the second question? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So absolutely. Lake County Jail. I think it scared the shit out of me the first time. It is the place I will keep going back to for the rest of my life, just looking for that exact same adrenaline rush.
Hey, Kitsie and Clayton. It's Hannah. I just wanted to call and wish you guys a very happy anniversary on the podcast. I can't tell you how proud I am of you guys and how excited I am that you guys have made it a full year of the podcast. Hope to see you guys live again soon, and just wanted to wish you all the love and congratulations. Bye.
Hey, Oddity Files crew. This is Jess coming to you from Williamsburg, Virginia. Just wanted to say happy pod-a-versary. I cannot believe it's already been a year. That's weird. I listened to the first episodes of this podcast when I was still living in Tennessee, and time has just flown since then. I've been friends with DJ Jimmy for quite some time now, so when he said you guys were starting a podcast, I thought, why the hell not? I'll tune in, I'll see what's going on, and I've been with you guys ever since. You guys are my road trip buddies. I move a lot for my job, I travel a lot for my job, and time in the car goes by a little faster when I listen to you guys talk about all the weird shit in the world. And I love that you cover things that I'm familiar with, like certain hauntings and Area 51 and Bigfoot, you know, the classics. And then you also cover these really random, obscure, hidden gems that I don't think I ever would have known about if I didn't tune in. So I love hearing both, and I love just hearing you guys go back and forth and crack jokes, and it really does make all of the creepy stuff a little less creepy. I know you guys kind of joke like, oh, we do it so that you can, you know, go to sleep without leaving the lights on and you won't be afraid, but really, like, it's nice to hear stuff that I'm fascinated by without being kept up all night. So thanks for that. Thanks for an awesome podcast. Congrats again. Keep on keeping on. And here's to many more years of Oddity Files.
All right, now let's do another question. You draw it.
What has been your most rewarding investigation? From Susan.
Wow. Rewarding. I feel like you already know yours.
I do.
Okay, what is it?
It's Bobby Mackey's. Just the evidence.
Yeah.
First of all, the fact that we captured what we captured on film, and then that same spirit spoke to us all goddamn night, except for the compressor.
Yeah.
It doesn't get more rewarding than that.
Yeah, true. And if you're not sure what she's talking about, season 3 is available on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Go watch the Bobby Mackey's episode. It really is incredible. And if you don't listen every week, then you might not know this, but Bobby Mackey's is a place that I said that I would never investigate.
Ever.
Because it's so... Certain TV shows have given it this label of just being like the mecca of demonic and hell portals.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was one of those, I was like, we don't need to go there. Like, there's several other places we can go. We don't... Fast forward a few years, I'm like, let's just go check it out. And so watch the episode, find out what we find. I would say rewarding for me. It's also so hard because
these are tough questions.
There have been so many, like, you could say rewarding experiences.
Mm-hmm. So many.
I know. And I think I'm just saying this one because it's like the most fresh in my mind. But Salt Lake, when we were in the silo, and I don't want to spoil too much because the season is new.
Well, I put some stuff up on social, and I'm just going to say we are just people.
But yeah, we just, again, the silos are known for being demonic and just like all this negative, dark energy. And we go in there and we start talking to this spirit or entity that was not dark and not demonic.
No.
And was just a person.
It was over it.
Yeah. And so that was, you could say rewarding because it's one of those that you leave and think, I've done something.
Right.
Not just like, I found something. It's, I've done something.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, I definitely think, and again, I say that because it's the most like fresh on my mind.
Right.
I'm sure.
And just Fear Factory in itself was amazing. Aside from what I call the demon silo.
And it was cold.
It was so cold.
I will always complain about it being cold.
Yeah, well, just you wait until I book an investigation for later this month and you're freezing your ass off. I need another one.
I'm busy.
I need another one. I need it. Just saying.
Well, we can go to Australia. It's summer there.
It's such a long airplane.
Okay, we're going to find a middle ground somewhere.
Let's just go to the UK. It's kind of like just fall there all the time in the winter, right?
I don't know.
It doesn't snow a whole lot, so it can't get that cold.
Oh, we can go investigate the bed and breakfast at our friends.
You mean investigate the bed and breakfast of our friends Sophie and David from Not for the Dinner Table?
Yes. So when we were there back in March,
God, yes.
And we met up with them. They were like, yes, you have to come investigate. So, okay, that's fine. We'll take you up on that.
If we go out to the UK, I feel like we need like a good solid 4 different places to investigate. We've got 2.
Okay.
Nikki, our friend Nikki,
Yes.
where she works is haunted.
The Enfield Poltergeist house.
Well, there's 3. And then number 4, there's a prison. I'm sure there's a prison somewhere.
Jack the Ripper. We have to go somewhere related to Jack the Ripper.
But you know what? It's outside, though. He killed people outside.
Not always. There was that one where he strung their intestines along like the crown molding of the room.
Oh, I just threw up my mouth a little bit. Anywho, I do have one more person that sent in an email that didn't send a recording, but they send it via an email. It is Katie, and she says, "Hi, Kitsie and Clayton. Congratulations on your 1-year anniversary. I can distinctly remember seeing you advertise the podcast on your Instagram page. At the time, I had no idea how to download podcasts. But I've been following you since the YouTube days. I've been around for a while, so I knew it would be cool. So inadvertently, by starting this podcast, you've also turned me on to paranormal / true crime junkie, as am I. I think my favorite moment from the show was Clayton's story from the Christmas special. I'm pretty sure it was Clayton's story, apologies if I'm wrong, about the Christmas dinner game with the extra guests. That was my story.
Yeah.
Your story was really good too. Oh, we should do Christmas stories again this year.
Oh, we should.
Yeah. I can distinctly remember having to pause the story and wait until my boyfriend was home before I could bear to listen to the ending, as it definitely gave me full body chills. On the Facebook group, you were asking for questions about the podcast, and mine is, do you think you'll ever do a live podcast or meetup for your fans in the UK? Please do! ! Keep up the good work. And thanks, Kitsie, for designing such great merch. This girl is my wet dream. Just saying. I'm loving my weirdo shirt. Happy anniversary, Katie. So the question was, do you think you'll ever do a live podcast or meetup for your fans in the UK? Yes, please.
Absolutely. That's something that we should try to plan like in the spring sometime. Plan it like 3 months out.
Like, do the investigations, do a live podcast in the middle, do like 3 more investigations.
Because really, the month of April, the day job's pretty slow.
Is it?
So that would be a nice time to go over as well.
Be perfect.
So we would, long story short, we would love to. Like, love to.
Yeah.
Basically, like how we do a lot of our live podcasts. Yes, we do get asked to come places, but other places that you'll see, it's a lot of Comic-Cons, it's because we're there for our day job.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know,
and the day job doesn't take us to the UK anymore, sadly.
Not as of yet. So we would love to get over there. I feel like if we can spark enough interest, then we would absolutely just kind of
for sure.
Just take it up amongst ourselves to get over there. But yeah, we love our UK following, and that's why we're so, as of today, and that season 3 is not up yet, we're so irked by it.
No, so annoyed. I keep emailing. You guys should email as well. Send all the messages to Amazon Prime about the UK not being active over there. I can't explain it. I really wish I could. But it frustrates me just as much as it does you, because I am a UK girl at heart, and I would live there in a fucking heartbeat.
Yep.
Is that our pod-a-versary show?
I think it is.
I think that's it.
So crazy. Thank you guys so much. The amount of submissions that we got was, you could say, overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if we didn't get to read yours or we didn't get to play yours. We still have a hat full of questions that we didn't answer. But seriously, we say it every week, but she dropped the hat. We thank you guys so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for telling your friends, your family, your coworkers, because without that, we wouldn't have made it a year.
Absolutely. We would not be here without all y'all. Keep doing what you do. Share, retweet, all the stuff and all the things. Tell the ladies at the gym, tell the guys at the water cooler, all this and all that. Rate, review, and subscribe.
Check out,
please.
as Katie said, check out our merch.
Yes.
On all the social medias. We're at Oddity Files. If you want to email us your paranormal story, at oddityfilescrew@gmail.com. And who knows, you might be featured on an upcoming story. Or I thought about this. If you have something that you maybe have heard of and want to know more about, send it over to us just as a suggestion for a story. We'd love to
I've
give
actually
it a go.
been using our listener suggestions as a couple of my stories lately. I wasn't going to say anything, but now you called me out. But weird is the new cool.
Thank you guys so much.
Ghost on.
Happy birthday.